Welcome back, everyone, to some Fort Osage Junior Varsity Rocket League. Today, we have Fort Osage taking on Stover. Going in, first game, best of 5 series. Fort Osage have the first kickoff, already trying to take a shot. Rip's not able to quite get it in. Radish going to try and follow it, doesn't quite get a shot on net. There we go. Slight technical issues, but we are back into it. As Maurice on the right wall now, trying to put a shot above the Stover net. Trying to clear it away now. As all of Fort Osage, now Radish is able to get a pass into the middle. Maurice passing it back off the back wall. Radish trying to get back around to it. But it does seem that Stover are going to try and get the ball cleared. Are able to do so, but Radish does find the hit back toward the net. Trying to get it back now. Fort Osage going to be looking to re-clear the ball away. As Rip is now followed by his team, going to be keeping this ball on the left wall. Radish staying with it for now, as Monkey's able to hit it down into the corner. Ball's deflected back toward the middle of the net. Sonny trying to pop up with it. Neither player are able to connect. Monkey keeps the ball away from the net. Fort Osage trying to just get a clear on the ball. Rip is going to push it up on this left wall. Fort Osage just going to be able to defend. Rando is going to put a shot on net. Rip just able to get there in time. As Rip going to be taking the ball now up the right wall, seeing if he can find anything. Puts the ball back onto the Stover defense, as Fort Osage will have a chance. Rip going to put one shot on net. El Miko's in back, able to get it sent back out. Ball's going on the left wall now. Looks like Radish is the closest. Doesn't quite get over it. The ball just bounces over him. El Miko puts a ball high in the air, able to find the goal just on the top right of the net, as Stover take the first game of the series. Season 7 Diamond winner, just able to find that shot and the follow, make sure that the ball goes in. And Fort Osage down by 1 in this game 1 here. As Radish now going in for the kickoff. Fort Osage looking for their first of the series, trying to tie it back up. Rip now going to be staying with the ball on the left wall. Radish going to follow it. Trying to put the ball back in the middle. Isn't quite able to do so. Monkey is going to put the ball back straight toward the middle of the field now. Sonny tries to get it over Radish, but he is able to tip it, keeping it away from the net. As Monkey stays on the challenge, ball still on Fort Osage's defense's end. Ball's going to bounce down now. Could potentially look for a shot here. Elmika's going to pass it off the wall. Rando and Sonny not able to shoot it in time, blocked by Radish. Fort Osage going to try and get a counterattack going once Monkey's able to get control of the ball, but it does indeed get bounced back by Elmiko. Fort Osage on the defensive end once again. Rip able to keep the ball away. Stover not able to get a second shot off yet. Sonny tries to get another hit. Rip plays it back out. Fort Osage now trying to look for their first offensive. True. Rip going to put the shot on. Elmiko once again back. Radish trying to line up to save it. Fort Osage puts up a shot on net. Elmiko once again back in net, doing everything he can to keep a shot away by Fort Osage. Stover going to have a chance, but Rip is able to keep it in the Stover defensive end. Ball's bouncing in front of the net. Sonny's going to clear it back to the corner. Sonny now taking it downfield, but Monkey's going to be there to stop him. He does hit the ball back away. Trying to just get a clear, making sure Elmiko, his shot does just go high. Going to pass it back, although that does have a lot of speed to it. Rando not able to immediately shoot. Elmiko takes it into the corner. Monkey is able to drive up the wall, following, making sure the ball gets away. Rando trying to put it back on net. Isn't quite able to do so. Fort Osage just playing a bit of ping pong, trying to make sure nothing can slide by them. Elmiko hits the ball up. The ball's bouncing toward Fort Osage's back wall. Monkey is going to be able to keep it away on the right wall. Sonny now just barely missing it. Fort Osage have the ball on the Stover end, but a very quick clear is going to immediately change that. Monkey plays it over to the left. Fort Osage driving after it immediately. Sonny demoed. Rip up the wall now. Fort Osage going to be looking for a shot. Does get deflected. Radish going to make sure Rando can't take a shot here. Does just go wide. Radish now with the ball on the floor. Is able to get past two. However, isn't able to stay with the ball. Just missing a bit of needed boost. Elmiko doesn't quite get the clear he was looking for. The net is relatively open. Monkey a high pass. Rip can't quite find the angle. Is able to connect with it though. Stover don't quite have an immediate shot. As Monkey getting boost, trying to get back in the play. Guy Rando just barely keeps the ball off his own net. Rip not able to find the shot they're looking for. However, a back pass by Rando almost goes a bit too far. Just barely is stopped in time. Keeping the ball now on the right wall here. Radish trying to take a shot, but Monkey's back in time to save it. Staying with the ball now, keeping cleared off to the right. 1-0 game for Stover. Only 50 seconds left to score so far. Fort Osage have a defensive angle here. Do end up clearing it over Elmiko. Sonny is the only man back in net, but Rando able to take the tee. As Monkey staying with it, pinching it off the floor over to the right end. Stover now looking to re-clear. Elmiko staying with it on the wall. Is able to get a flip. Monkey now going to have to get back in time. Just barely is able to do so. Elmico tries to find a double tap on the floor. Monkey now staying with it on the left wall. Ball bounces just over him, but he's still with it. Radish gets rid of one of the defenders. Rip tries to take a shot, isn't able to quite get it on net. 13 seconds left. FOHS need to score. Monkey going to be trying to drive up the right wall, refinding a clear. Elmico sends it downfield. Open net. Rip going to have to try and make the shot. Little time left. Passes back to Monkey. 3 seconds left, and they do find the goal. 2 seconds left, able to find the tie. FOHS going to be looking either to secure this game immediately or take it in. Beautiful pass over to Rip. Realizes he doesn't have the boost he needs, and Monkey just able to score the ball. 1-1 game now. 2 seconds left till overtime. Both teams going to be looking to make sure somebody can try and either get that goal or win in overtime. Ball does go very high. Ball's going to bounce back up once again. The ball's still in the air. Sonny puts the ball back up again. Radish is going to decide to off to the right of the ball, make sure that gets down before anything disastrous happens. Going in game 1 already in overtime. Rip, massive pinch off the right wall, could potentially immediately shoot it. Doesn't quite get the angle on it though. Radish takes the ball off the right wall, going to be recurving it away. Ball's deep in the Stover end. However, Elmico able to get a massive clear away. Just almost on goal, but Monkey's able to get it back away. Sonny going to come up, tries to put the ball back into the corner. FOHS is able to do so for the meantime. However, Monkey going to re-challenge. Sonny able to get a good hit immediately. Elmico not quite getting the hit he needs either. Rip going to be looking to clear the ball downfield. Is over one, but won't be able to get the shot off. The ball stalled in the middle. Elmico just able to clear in time. Radish in the corner now, trying to knock the ball back back toward the Stover net. Sonny, however, is able to stop it. Just barely goes over the ball. Rip and Monkey back on defense as Sonny takes it down the left corner. Does pass it off the back wall. Elmico going to be looking for the shot. Does not find it. Radish going to try and turn it. FOHS have a large attack opportunity here. Rip going to pass it back up. FOHS. Slight bumps from each other. Not able to get a shot on net in time. However, Monkey just barely able to get a tip save with the top corner of his car. Trying to re-clear it now. Sonny doing his best to keep it in. A minute into overtime. Rip not able to keep it away. Is able to end up keeping it away. Monkey going to have to make another goal line save. A minute 10 now. Trying to take it down the field. Rando gives an opportunity. Passes in toward the middle. Trying to find a shot for Rip. Doesn't quite find it on net. Gets immediately blocked. Monkey taking a wide angle. Trying to make sure he can stay back post. Elmico, the Stover team, just keeping the ball in the corner, but Monkey able to find his opportunity to come shoot. Does just barely finds a shot on net. Elmico does quite get there in time. Ball's now on FOHS end. Rip able to keep the ball out of the corner. Sonny trying to stay with it. Rando trying to stay with it, but the ball lays off to the right. Monkey has a shot. Passes back to Radish instead. Elmico in control of the ball now. As Radish trying to stay with it. FOHS looking for everything that they can do to keep this game going. A minute 50 in now. Stover with a lot more time shooting the ball, but have not found the back of the net yet. Monkey is able to get back again. 91 boost on the wall. Decides to stay back. Is going to get a bump, though, stopping the Stover team from shooting. Radish a deep clear off the right field. Ball bouncing back toward the middle. Guy Rando trying to shoot it in. Does find a high shot. Doesn't quite... Oh, just barely does get past Rando. Able to receive the ball on the floor. 2 minutes 12 into overtime and a slight mistake. Guy Rando able to get the game-winning goal as Stover take game 1. 2-1 after 7 minutes 12 seconds of game. And they do take game 1. FOHS going to be looking to regroup themselves and prepare for game 2. Elmico coming out. More than doubling his next teammate in points. Monkey doing the same. 2 clear top players, 1 on each team. Going to be looking at both of them leading their team towards a win in game 2. Finding a lot of opportunities for all the players in the lobby. Trying to do everything they can and make challenges, make tackles when needed. FOHS just do a slightly worse job of it in that game 1 as Stover able to take it away as we gear up for our second game. Going into game 2 now. First kickoff going to be both FOHS players going to it. The ball flies toward the Stover net. Does have a quite slow arc. Elmico is able to get there in time. Rip now staying with it. Puts the ball back up into the air. Ball staying deep now in the Stover corner. Might be a shot opportunity. Elmico just barely able to keep the ball out of the net. Monkey making sure, keeping very passive positioning. Rip going to allow the ball off the back corner. Bounces straight out into the middle. Elmico's going to look to put it on net. Does just barely go wide. As Monkey now going to be flying up to it, making sure nothing gets in. Ball stays over in the corner. Rando tries to cut it away. Radish ends up being the one who's able to get it out of the corner, putting it straight to the other corner. Ball once again back in a corner. As Stover tried to take a shot, Elmiko just barely doesn't quite find the angle he needs. Ball ends up going wide, back in the other corner. Radish takes it in front of the net, pass over to Monkey, who is going to try and put it ball back into the Stover corner. Finally relieving a bit of that pressure that they've been facing, as Rando's the one who's able to clear it back out of the Stover corner. Shot just barely off by Rip. Ball back into our corner. A demo by each team. Radish able to take one away while getting himself traded out. Rip now has the ball in the right Stover corner, playing it very high. Elmiko is going to be clearing it. However, Monkey is waiting out in the midfield, finds the clear directly to the wrong team, and Monkey immediately is able to secure Fortis Sage an early lead here in this game too. Just barely finds it. Finds the right hit he needs, gets it into the left middle of the net. 1-0 lead for Fortis Sage in this game too. As Rip now going up for the kickoff is able to keep the ball contained in the right middle. Monkey's the one who ends up getting it. Sonny last man back, but he is able to clear it in time. Abyss flip by two players of Fortis Sage. Rip just barely able to get back in time though. Not going to let Stover score their first goal like that. Stays with the ball. Rando not able to get the ball immediately on net. Elmiko just barely misses the ball as well. Monkey staying with it now. Has the ball in the right middle. Does continue past two. The ball's floating toward the Stover net, but Rando is able to clear it across. Rip staying with the ball now. Back flips, allowing the ball to float where it is for now. Elmiko's the one who ends up catching it. Monkey challenges it and forces the ball back into a corner. Rip is going to be the one who clears it. Rip now putting the ball towards the Stover net, but it's never going to go in from there. Monkey now has a slightly better chance, not quite able to find a perfect contact with his car. The ball floats away. Stover and Fortis Sage, just a bit more of that ping-ponging. Both teams trying to find a shot. Rip has the ball in the corner again. Pass into the middle, and a deep pass deep straight over to Radish Merchant, able to bounce it in off Elmiko's car. 2-0 lead Fortis Sage in game 2. And they are just able to find the pass straight to the back of Elmiko's car as he puts it in on accident. Rip now going in for the kickoff, trying to find their third of the game, secure the lead, secure the game. As the ball's going to bounce very high, Rando gets it clear. Does keep the same high arc it had though. Elmiko putting the ball deep into Fortis Sage's corner. Tries to find a second shot, but does end up being more of a pass to the left field. Trying to get back to it. Sonny a back pass off the wall, but there's no one there to follow it. Monkey does end up getting bumped into another bump. Stover not able to shoot yet. Elmiko, a shot high, top right of the net. Sonny tries to find it, isn't able to. Rando bumped into a clear. The ball sitting now in Fortis Sage's corner. Rando trying to stay with it, isn't quite able to do so. Rip and Radish going to end up clearing it. Elmiko passes across to the right, but the pass once again going to clear over to Monkey. Not quite able to find the shot on net. However, the ball stays in the middle for now. Elmiko putting a shot on. Monkey able to re-clear it. Elmiko trying to stay with it, but he isn't quite able to do so. Rando a shot is going to end up going wide. It's a very high arc after the bounce. Doesn't quite find the ball past Elmiko. Radish able to re-clear it. Stover going to be forced back to the defensive end now. As Radish clears over to the middle. Not able to get it back out. Elmiko takes a shot, is just barely going to be off the right side of the net. Rando trying to re-gear up for a shot, and he is able to find it in the right middle of the net. A minute 40. Fortis Sage do still have the lead. Elmiko just finds that first hit, and then guy Rando able to find the ball on the right middle of the net. Fortis Sage now re-gearing, looking to get back their 2-goal lead, whereas Stover will be looking to tie it. Rip going to stay with the ball in the right middle, not able to find it, leaves it for Monkey, who also is just barely not going to be able to find it. Elmiko now taking the ball up the right wall, has a scoring opportunity, and he does take the chance of it. Just drives the ball right up the right wall after 2 missed flips by Fortis Sage, and he does just barely sneak it into the middle of the net. And the game is back to a tied state now. A minute 26 left. Both teams looking to be the one who breaks this tie and gets their own goal lead. As Elmiko takes the first touch after it. Monkey is just going to be there to block it, though. Monkey going to try and take the ball. Stay with it here. Stover do have a chance to shoot. Elmiko does find a high aerial, but it doesn't quite get down. Radish tries to get downfield. Rip stays downfield with it. The ball bouncing toward the Stover net. Going to be looking for the shot. However, Elmiko just barely isn't able to get it out. Ball bounces off the crossbar in his own car several times, and it does end up dropping in just below the crossbar. Fortis Sage lead the game by 1. Tries to jump up to it, but just barely doesn't get high enough of a touch. And Fortis Sage retake their lead. Rip now staying back. Rip staying back. FOHS trying to make sure they don't let anything bad in this last 55 seconds. Don't want to see any more minor mistakes leading to a 2-0 Stover lead. The ball is teed up slightly. Radish is able to clear it across. However, Elmiko's chance to shoot. Monkey just barely back in the net, not able to get it out. And once again, for the third time this match, we are in a tied state. Both teams, with just 45 seconds, going to be looking to claim a lead. FOHS have been the ones to do so twice already. But Stover still looking for their first time to take the lead this game. 45 seconds left. Rip goes for the kickoff. Ball stays quite neutral. Very low roll to it. Rando does find a shot, gets past Radish, but Monkey is back to get there. Radish and Monkey and Rip, all three FOHS players trying to stay on the ball. Sonny and Rando do a group, trying to put a shot on net, and the ball does just barely roll into the lower right. 31 seconds left, and Stover take the lead for the first time this game, 4-3. 31 seconds, FOHS need to at least get back into overtime. Might see a second overtime in just 2 games, as Rip will take the first ball off the left wall. Monkey trying to stay with it now. Is going to find the flip. Passes it off to the right to Rip. Elmiko staying with the ball as well. The ball stays in the middle. Elmiko puts the ball onto his own side. Sonny trying to hit the ball now. The ball has a very high angle to it. Elmiko staying with it. Is the one who's going to try and send it down to the FOHS net. Only 10 seconds left for FOHS to score. However, with Elmiko demoed, they've gotten the first step they need. Ball just barely being sent downfield as it just passes half field. The ball is going to bounce up, but nobody's there to get it. Rip almost gets there in time, but he isn't able to do so. And Stover take game 2. Gearing up, Stover up 2-0 in the series. FOHS have had multiple leads in various games, but have not been able to close one out yet. Game 3, FOHS looking to take home their first of the game. Stover looking to close the series out quickly. Elmiko already an early shot, just 8 seconds in. Does just barely go high, though. Radish staying with the ball on the right now. Rip staying with it. The ball's going to bounce up. Rip is going to go for a shot, but doesn't have the boost to stay with it. Rando passes across now. Elmiko's the one who follows. Ball going toward the FOHS corner. Elmiko trying to stay with it. Does get a fake off in time, but Rip is there to follow it. Monkey trying to take a shot past Rando. Puts the ball into a corner instead. Sonny just barely is able to get the ball with the backflip, but Rando, a slight mistouch. FOHS might have a chance to repass the ball here. Monkey doing everything he can to keep Elmiko out of the play. Multiple players, Radish and Sonny, seem to be in a sort of rule number 1 here, driving across the Stover defensive end. Radish does end up being the one who breaks it. Elmiko comes in bumping, breaking them both up. Breaking the rule 1. As Rip now staying with the ball on the right. Sonny and Elmiko just barely able to keep the ball over him. Ball's floating around in the middle of the map. Elmiko has a chance to shoot. Is going to go quite high over the net. However, going to be looking to follow. Sends the ball deep into the corner of FOHS. Elmiko stalls the ball where he is. Radish and Monkey going to team up to make sure it gets away from him. However, Rip able to get back in time. Oh, but just barely. Stover are going to find a chance to shoot. However, a slight mistake by Sonny almost gets the goal denied. However, Elmiko is able to catch back up and follow it. Just barely tries to lock the ball back in on its roll. Isn't quite able to get what he was looking for, but Elmiko there to save it and make sure the ball ends up in the back of the FOHS net. 1-0 lead for Stover, as Rip going to be the one taking the kickoff. The ball floats off to the right. Radish able to get a demo on Elmiko. The net is open for Stover. Going to have to try and find a chance to shoot, but they do indeed. Ride guy Rando isn't quite able to do it. Ball bounces just off his car, and Rip ends up getting the goal. puts the ball towards the net. Rando not quite finding what he needs. Elmico cannot get there in time. Back to a 1-1 game. 3.5 minutes in, or 3.5 minutes left. Radish does end up bouncing the ball off to the right. FOHS Sage trying to find a shot if they can. Monkey staying with it. Elmico, though, is going to dribble past one. Passes over to Rando, but ends up faking the hit. Never makes a commitment. Rip saw a hit coming as well and just isn't able to get back in time. The ball just barely rolls past him. Thought he was going to have to stop for Rando, but he ends up faking it. Rip now taking the kickoff. Does find a shot. Radish able to, or does find a hit. Rip able to put it just barely high. Hits the crossbar and bounces back down while floating across the goal. Elmico trying to find a hit, but it is Sonny who ends up keeping it away from the goal as the ball sits in Stover's corner. Ryguy Rando bounces the ball just above Monkey. Radish bounces the ball just above Ryguy. Elmico able to keep the ball controlled, though. Staying away from Stover's net. Sonny passes the ball over. Elmico going to try and get there, but Monkey does find a hit in time. The ball floats just to the left of the net, not able to find the follow. As Radish ends up getting in the way of his pass. Ball floats very high now, as Elmico is going to be the one who pushes it back toward the FOHS Sage goal. Radish staying with the ball on the right now. Going to just barely beat Rando to it, as he tries to stay back with it on Sonny, able to keep the ball where it is. Rip passes the ball across, doesn't quite find the way past Elmico, but he isn't able to do anything with it immediately. Elmico passes the ball over to his right side. FOHS Sage now going to be defending. And Monkey is able to find the challenge. The ball is relatively open if they find a shot now. Elmico bumped out of the way. However, Rip is going to be the one who finds the shot. Fake by Radish, and Rip is able to find a shot. Places it just in the top right corner. Bump Elmico out of the way. Rip keeps a quick little fake. Sonny completely baited out by it. And Rip finds the shot top right corner. Upper 90. Monkey taking the kickoff now. 2-2 game with exactly 2 minutes left. Both teams looking to find their third goal with less than 3 minutes remaining. As Rip going to pass the ball very high now. Sonny trying to stay with it. Doesn't quite find it. Nobody's able to shoot it, though. Both teams coming out with the one demo. Radish taking away Sonny. Elmico taking away Rip. As Radish making sure the ball doesn't go anywhere for the meantime. Both teams have fully respawned now. 3-on-1 chance for Stover. Going to be trying to get the ball off to Elmico, but Monkey is able to get the ball cleared in time. Ryguy Rando just barely taking a shot. Are not able to get the ball cleared in time. Rip tries to get the ball in. Rip just barely not able to flip in time. Hadn't regained his flip yet. Just tries to roll into it, but isn't able to do so. As Rip now, or sorry, that is Radish on the right side, going to be trying to put the ball on. Just barely stays to the right of the net. Flips it back toward the net, but isn't able to take a shot. Monkey trying to stay with it, but Elmico does beat him to the ball. Have a minute 20 to score at least one, or this game and series will be over. Finds the kill on Elmico. Just barely killed before being able to center himself. Both teams always finding a responsive demo, and however, that is Elmico able to find a long-range shot. Elmico is able to get the pass from Sonny and find a very, very high-angled shot to the FOHS Sage net as Stover take a lead 4-2. Rip now trying to stay with the ball in this kickoff. As another demo coming out, not quite followed. First time we've broken that this entire series is Radish staying with the ball now. The ball floats toward the middle. Elmico just barely beat into it by Monkey. As he's going to get boost. Now the demo comes out from Elmico. Going to find a way past Monkey by taking him out completely. As Radish tries to stay with the ball up the right wall. Isn't quite able to do so. Rip staying with it now on the floor. Monkey trying to float up, but Elmico once again finding a shot from the air. Monkey is able to fake out Elmico. 30 seconds left now, still looking to find 2 goals. Rip plays the ball high. However, Elmico is able to recontrol the ball, clears it out past multiple Stover members. Ryguy Rando trying to clear it away, doing everything they can to just stop out FOHS Sage for scoring for just a bit. Still need 2 goals in the next 13 seconds, but Stover are able to find a ball past the FOHS Sage defense, or focusing on scoring. And that is a 5-2 lead now. Stover going to be able to close this game out. FOHS Sage need an absolute miracle. A goal roughly every 3 seconds. Slightly more than that. Still technically possible. Vortisage going to try their best. Radish pops the ball high. Trying to stay with it now. Rip does find a shot on net. That's the first one. Finding it in 5 seconds. Will need to be slightly quicker for that than that for the next 2 goals. However, still have a chance. 2-goal difference now with 6 seconds remaining in regulation. Able to find one, or part one of their miracle. Trying to stay with this now. Pass the ball off, but the ball does go deep into the Stover corner, and time is going to tick away, which does mark the end of the game, and a lead for Stover will mark the end of the series, as Stover just barely able to take game 1, 2, and 3, all by very slight leads, and that is the end of the series. However, don't quite leave the stream yet, as in just a few minutes, we're looking towards roughly 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be right back on here on the same account with our Varsity Rocket League, who will be taking on Lee Summit North today. Alright, slight technical difficulties, but we are in now as Fort Osage Varsity take on the Lee Summit North Broncos. Game 1, 0-0, starting off now. Starting with Chicken Wing, Bowden, and Zardy. As Zardy now going to be looking for this hit, just a half a minute in. Isn't quite going to find it. Chicken Wing is able to stop Lee Summit from being the ones who shoot. As Bowden now bumped away to the left of the wall. Ball floating toward the Fort Osage net, but he is able to clear it. Keep the ball high above. Zardy now going to stay with the ball. Just barely gets dunked over. Ball popped up very high in the air. Bowden going to be the one trying to take it. Puts a shot on net. However, it is going to be stopped by Quayrez. Quayrez? I'll go with Quayrez. Zardy just barely gets head topped by Chicken Noodle. We have two chickens in this game as well. Bowden going to be following the ball off. Stim not able to get the shot off in time. Ball floating just above the Fort Osage net, but it does get cleared in time. Noodle going to put it back toward the net, as does just barely. Chicken Noodle able to beat Chicken Wing to the ball, and he is able to take the first shot. Lee Summit North taking the first goal of Game 1. Just barely able to get back and recuperate himself. Finds the ball just above the Fort Osage defenders. Barred onto a post, straight into the net. As Chicken Wing will be going for this kickoff against Stim. First ball goes off to the right, however, Stim's still with it. Chicken Noodle now. Going to be the one with the ball. Going to try and take it off the wall, but Bowden beats him to it. Quayrez going to come up for it now. Plays the ball off. Back into the middle. Stim beaten to the ball by Chicken Wing as the ball stays here on this left wall. Zardy now going to fly up to it. Tries to pinch it off, but does end up just being a bounce. Noodle going to put it back toward the Fort Osage net. As Stim trying to stay up with it. Doesn't quite get there. Bowden able to clear it away. Zardy staying with the ball on the left. Noodle trying to play it across. Bowden staying with the ball now. Ball floating toward the Lee Summit net. As Bowden and Chicken Wing going to be trying to recenter it, which they are able to do. Quayrez, however, gets back to it. Zardy puts the ball into the corner. I didn't even know Optic had a Rocket League team. However, Zardy with his Optic banner, or Optic car decal, won't quite be able to get to the ball, as Bowden is going to put it back toward the Lee Summit net. Bowden now. Ball floats back toward their net, as Chicken Wing going to try and keep it away from Noodle. However, Quayrez does put a shot toward the net, not on in yet. Zardy clears the ball away to the right, puts the ball off the back. Zardy going to re-clear it back over the net as he stays with it, putting it down toward the bottom left. As Stim will be there, the one to receive it. Lee Summit North, they were able to shoot. Bowden just barely on the back half of the goal line, is able to get the ball back out in time. As Zardy going to go for the ball now, puts it off the left, as Stim putting it back in. Going to try and keep it away now. Wing and Noodle have a slight chicken clash. Doesn't end up going anywhere, though. Quayrez taking the ball up into the air. Stim putting the ball off toward the middle now. Ball goes very, very high and aren't able to read it in time. Ball bounces very high above the Fort Osage net. Bounces just straight down. And Chicken Noodle is going to be the one there to receive it. As Lee Summit North take a 2-0 lead with 2 minutes 10 left in the match. Bowden going to be going for the kickoff. Ball floats off to the right. Stim is the one to follow. Taking it up the wall now. Finds past Zardy. Isn't quite able to find the ball on the third hit, though, as Wing is going to be able to get there in time. However, Noodle drives straight up. They do have a challenge as the ball floats into the middle of the net. Stim ends up taking a shot. Noodle trying to bump everybody away. Fort Osage do have a chance. Zardy isn't able to turn in time to get an immediate shot. However, the ball floats back above. Wing going to put the ball on. Quayrez going to clear it away. Incredibly fast pacing by this Lee Summit North team. Just making sure they can try and get to every single ball in time. Wing is able to clear it away now as Quayrez takes a shot. Is able to clear it back away now. Chicken Noodle going to put it back toward Fort Osage's net. Bowden staying with it. The ball bounces off to Zardy, beaten by Quayrez. As Wing, once again, keeping it out of the Fort Osage net. Quayrez trying to drive up. Does find a pass toward the middle, but Bowden's going to be there to get it. Stim slightly blocks it, but the ball keeps its general directioning. As Chicken Wing passes the ball toward the middle off the corner. However, is going to be met there by Noodle. Zardy trying to re-find a hit here. However, Quayrez gets the ball above him and passes it back toward the middle, finding every single spot that it needs to be. Bowden putting the ball back toward the corner. Stim not able to find a hit. Noodle puts a shot toward the net, but Bowden's able to clear it. Bowden now once again beats Quayrez with the ball. Stim going to be slightly too far back. Chicken Wing going to be looking for a shot. Does indeed look, but just a bit too far left, and Noodle will be able to catch it as well. As Bowden beats the challenge now, the ball floats near the Lee Summit net. Quayrez going to be clearing it back down. Nobody able to find it immediately. Zardy has a chance to shoot. Just barely gets saved by Noodle. Wicking puts it back towards the middle of the net, making sure the ball doesn't get too far downfield. As the ball passes across to a no-boost Zardy. Not quite able to get it. Zardy with the boost now. Going to be trying to put it back down, but Quayrez beats him to the ball. Bowden now staying with the ball on the right corner, or on their defensive left corner. Passes the ball in. Quayres tries to put the ball up, but Chicken Wing able to force the ball deep down. Not quite able to get the ball in, but it does count as on net. Hits the post and bounces away. 10 seconds left. Lee Summit North looking to secure this game. 7 seconds left. Fort Osage need to find a goal, and they need to find it literally right now. 2 seconds left, and that will spell the end of game 1. 2-0 or 2-1 or I guess potentially 3-0. Noodle gonna find a shot, and it does end 3-0. Stim passes it up, the ball floating around in the air. Chicken Noodle gonna end up being the one who keeps the shot. Stim passes it away, and Chicken Noodle just barely able to find the angle he needs with the top corner of his car. And game 1 ends 3-0 in favor of Lee Summit North. The matching blue cars as well. Chicken Noodle finding every single goal of the series. And then Quayres and Stim doing everything they can to make sure. Stim getting a lot more passes, Quayres getting a lot more saves. Quayres, however, is going to be the one finding a lot of these earlier passes, helping set up all of these plays, ensuring he's wherever he needs to be at almost every point of the game. As we gear up now, going into game 2, Lee Summit North able to take home the win after game 1. Fort Osage going to be looking to get their first goal and game win of the series. Lee Summit going to be looking to continue their lead. As game 2 does indeed get started now. Bowden going to be taking on Noodle for the first kickoff as the ball floats back toward the Lee Summit defensive end. Chicken Wing going to be trying to follow it. Does find the ball past Quayres. Doesn't quite get a shot though. Stim staying with it after his save now. Passes off to Quayres. Quayres puts it back off to the right, but there's no one there to receive it. Bowden's the one who's going to end up putting it back toward the Lee Summit net. Noodle stays with it. Another chicken clash. However, the ball does immediately drop right down. Noodle just barely misreads it, not able to put the ball back in time. Bowden gets to the top of the net, is able to save it. The ball still floating in front of the Fort Osage net. Stim not going to be able to find the ball over Zardy, as Bowden now also going to be in another challenge with Noodle. Ball still in the Fort Osage defensive corner. Noodle tries to pass the ball off to the middle. However, Quayres just barely not able to get it. A very quick pass over to Zardy, and Chicken Wing able to link with Zardy. Finds the shot. Zardy just barely able to find the directioning he needed. And they do find their first goal of the series, taking a lead here pretty early, not even a minute into this game too. Lee Summit North going to be looking to try and re-get that. Fort Osage looking to secure an even deeper lead. As first chance, Chicken Noodle going to be clearing it back away. Stim not able to stay with it. Chicken Wing bouncing it high. Chicken Noodle's demoed. However, Stim immediately gets one back on Chicken Wing. Quayres now has the ball on the Fort Osage end. However, Bowden ends up clearing it high. He's already able to catch with it. Noodle now putting the ball back towards Stim. Doesn't quite find the touch they wanted. Chicken Wing now playing it very high. A demo onto Chicken Noodle. Zardy trying to find a shot, and he does indeed do so. Demo enabling him to take his shot. Chicken Wing another pass straight to him. 2-0 lead for Fort Osage. Puts the ball very high. The defensive man. Stim not able to get there in time. Quayres still in the net. And Noodle not even alive on the field. 2-0 lead Fort Osage. Zardy now has the ball on the right. No boost though. Noodle able to clear it away. Noodle trying to take a shot. Chicken Wing trying to stay with it. However, Stim very quick on the ball. Passes the ball way high over the net, as Zardy is the one who's able to catch it. Noodle now not able to take the shot. Chicken Wing trying to stay with it, but Noodle puts it back up into the air. Stim trying to stay up with it now. Puts a shot or a pass back. Quayres another pass off the back wall. Trying to stay with it on his own. However, Chicken Wing not able to get there in time, but Bowden on the floor able to clear it away. Bowden looking for a second challenge in the same play. Gonna hit the ball a third time, setting it downfield. Staying with it now. It's a fourth. Bring it way downfield. Chicken Wing puts the ball high. Ball bounces down immediately. Zardy finds another demo onto Chicken Noodle. Bowden now putting the ball off the left wall. Not quite going to be able to follow it for Chicken Wing. Noodle now going to take the ball downfield. Tries to put it away, but Bowden is able to beat him early on. Stim putting a shot once again toward the net. However, it is just going to be to the left of the net. Very slight miss as the ball is cleared away once again. Chicken Noodle putting it back in. Chicken Wing keeping it away. Zardy now trying to stay with it on the left. However, his shot does go just wide. Tries to get back to the boost, but Stim beats him in time. FOHS looking to regroup. However, Chicken Wing staying with it now. Zardy has once again come back with boost, and he is staying with the ball now on the right corner. Koirez is able to get a clear, or rather force a clear, as Chicken Wing isn't quite going to find the shot he needs, as the ball now floats toward the FOHS end. Zardy clears the ball very high, gets boost, while Stim tries to stay with it, but he isn't able to do so. Koirez, a very high shot on the net, and it does just barely bounce down under the crossbar. Koirez able to take his first goal of the series, and getting that lead from FOHS just a bit smaller. Only a goal lead up now for FOHS, as Lee Summit will be looking to close it. However, FOHS still trying to ensure that they can get back that 2-goal lead. Stim staying with the ball very high now. His fourth touch on the air dribble, plays the ball off to Noodle in the corner. Bowden now plays the ball very high, but they aren't able to do anything about it. A very unfortunate hit leads to Koirez finding his second of the game, his second of the series, and that will be a tie game now. Is able to find it. FOHS can't quite do anything about it. Tie game now, 2 minutes left. Bowden now plays the ball off to the left. Stim's going to be the one who gets there. Isn't going to be able to re-challenge as well, as the ball floats toward the FOHS net. Stim finds the ball high again. However, no one's quite there to shoot it. Noodle ends up touching the ball twice, but nothing toward the net. The ball floats toward the middle now. Koira is going to try and find a shot. Passes it over to the left instead. Chicken Wing playing it deep downfield. Just barely going to get blocked by Stim before it bounces high again. Bowden now. This is Zardy, sorry. Staying with the ball on the left wall. Koirez putting it toward the back. Chicken Noodle trying to follow the back pass, but isn't able to do so properly. As Chicken Wing and Stim up, Stim gets way higher than him. As tries to find the double tap, isn't quite able to find anything. Zardy now trying to stay with it, but Wing is going to be the one who beats him to it. Bowden and Wing now putting the ball back high. Zardy's not quite in an angle to shoot, but he is going to try it anyways. Bowden passes it back over to the left wall. Just going to put all players on FOHS looking to get some more boost. Chicken Noodle now trying to play it by, but knows he can't take anything too seriously. However, FOHS only player back is Stim for Lee Summit, but a slight error by Chicken Wing will mean that Stim is enough. Koirez now passing it off to Noodle. Keeping the ball now, as Stim plays it very high toward the defensive end for FOHS. Koirez playing it off the corner. However, Chicken Wing is able to put it back downfield. Noodle going to be popping up for it, playing it off to a corner. Chicken Wing back again with it, only 10 boost. The ball ends up back toward the FOHS net. Zardy misses the ball by a slight bit, but Koirez's shot will be blocked by Bowden. Chicken Wing now puts the ball off the back of Chicken Noodle plays the ball off the back of Chicken Wing's car. FOHS trying to regroup for a defensive or a counterattack here. Pass the ball off to Wing, but blocked by Noodle. Koirez taking the ball off the right wall now. Tops over one. Bowden's back in time though. 17 seconds left before going into overtime. Stim now trying to take a shot. It is going to go into a high corner, and he does end up getting it dragged down. FOHS just not able to get it as the ball floats down into the bottom right corner of their net. 10 seconds left. Stim able to find a slight drag. Gets past one. The second isn't able to get there in time. 1 goal lead, 10 seconds left. FOHS need to find something immediately, as Bowden will be the one taking the kickoff. Ball passes straight back to Chicken Wing, who plays it back to himself on the right. However, is beaten to the ball by Chicken Noodle. Zardy trying to play the ball back to the middle. Koira is able to get there in time. The ball floats up very high into the air. Zardy back passes. Everybody gets involved. Need to do everything they can to keep the ball up, but they can't let Lee Summit get an opportunity either. However, that is immediately what they start trying to do. Stim stays with the ball, keeping a very low touch, as Lee Summit just barely much closer than Game 1, but they are able to take Game 2 as well, as Lee Summit lead 2-0. As we go into Game 3 now. Lee Summit North have a 2-0 lead in the series. Almost a very, very close win for them in Game 2. Slightly more demanding in Game 1. As FOHS still looking to take their first game of the series. Chicken Wing now pushing on for the kickoff. As the ball stays close immediately with Noodle, but he is able to keep the ball on the right side of the field. As Bowden now going to be re-challenging, staying with the ball, but Noodle is able to get back in time. Stim plays the ball high again to Noodle, who is going to be looking for a shot. Koyrez tries to stay with it. Bowden able to put the ball back high in the net. However, the attack isn't quite over. Ball played into the corner. Stim passes it back toward the middle. Chicken Wing now going to be immediately trying to get something going. A deep pass down into Zardy, and Zardy doesn't quite find the ball on the net. Back passes over to Bowden now off the wall. Koyrez now is in partnership with Noodle, going to be able to get the ball shortly cleared away. Koyrez staying with it now, is able to find the ball past them, does immediately find a shot, just barely not able to put it on net. Chicken Wing clears the ball away now. Stim has the ball on the right wall, bounces it away. Bowden staying with it now, putting it toward the Lee Summit net. Ball bounces very high again. Chicken Noodle going to be looking to take a shot, does indeed put it on, but Zardy is able to get back in time. A minute into the game already, no score, no goals yet. Koyrez is going to be forced into a rough hit. Noodle's able to react in time. Chicken Wing staying with the ball, floats it off the right wall. Koyrez not able to score it. Stim just barely. Bowden gets a touch on the ball, able to keep it just high enough to not go in. Chicken Wing passes the ball downfield. Koyrez going to be re-clearing it, but the ball stays in the Lee Summit net, or Lee Summit corner. Koyrez now playing it off their own left wall, as Noodle going to be the one clearing it down toward the Fort Osage net. A miss by Chicken Wing, going to be Bowden trying to clear it, but Koyrez stays with it. Chicken Wing now passing off the right wall. Noodle able to intercept it, though, puts the ball back toward the back of the Fort Osage, or toward their back wall. Passes back towards Stim. Ball is going to be a bit too high for a quick shot. Decides to opts into putting it into the Fort Osage defensive corner. Noodle going to try and play it over to Koyrez. However, Chicken Wing's able to get there in time. Trying to re-clear it away. Both teams still looking to break the 0-0 score sheet here in this game 3. 2 minutes 10 in now. Chicken Noodle trying to do so here, but isn't quite able to do it. Koyrez last man back, but that will be enough. Stim able to get to the ball now, as Bowden going to clear it back up the left middle of the field. Only one boost on Bowden. Noodle is going to get the ball just way above him, not able to get there with the boost he had. However, Zardy now is able to re-clear it. Halfway through the game, still no goals. Bowden going to clear the ball back away. Trying to stay with it now. Bowden and Zardy clearing it on the left wall. However, Koyrez is able to get there in time. Zardy re-challenges. The ball floats up the middle. Stim now puts a shot way past the Fort Osage net. Chicken Wing going to be there to clear it up. Koyrez plays the ball high, though. Gets past one, and the ball does drop down to Chicken Noodle, who is able to put it away. Finally breaking the goalless game almost 3 minutes in, as the game is now a Lee Summit lead, 1-0. Going for the second kickoff here in this game 3 now. Chicken Wing completely beat to the ball by Stim. A very quick kickoff by him. Almost finds the back of the net, but it does just roll up off a post. Chicken Wing puts the ball back down. A very quick pass to him. Bowden, quickest man to the ball, does play the ball up, trying to stay with it now. Does play it across, very deep pass to Zardy, but Stim is going to be the one who gets there first. The ball stays down. Koyrez now, not quite going to be able to find what he needs. Passes off to pass that goes off towards Zardy, as Noodle is the one who gets there. Stim now staying with it. The ball bounced towards the Fort Osage net, but nothing is immediately happening. Zardy going to try and take it in now. Does get a pass down. Bowden not quite going to be able to score it in time, though, as the Lee Summit defense has completely regrouped and gotten back in time. Stem tries to find a flip reset. Chicken Wing able to keep the ball away, though. A minute 15 left. Fort Osage have to find something. Zardy is going to take the first hit down. Koyrez, that one immediate re-clear back toward the Fort Osage net. Tries to pass the ball immediately across. No one's there to shoot, though. Chicken Noodle now passing the ball toward the back middle of the box. Stim is there, but doesn't quite find the shot in time. Bowden was blocking his only angles. Ball once again toward the middle of the net. However, Koyrez not able to find anything. Chicken Wing now trying to take the ball off the left wall. 50 seconds left. Fort Osage need to score soon. Ball bounces very high over the Fort Osage net again. Trying to find a redirect, but aren't able to do so. Bowden is going to clear it back out. Not enough boost to catch up to Noodle. However, once the ball does hit the ground, he is able to do so. Koyrez now gets the ball back off the left wall. Stim plays it away. Bowden's going to be the one who clears it. Game going incredibly quick. Chicken Wing has a chance here. Passes it back to Bowden. Going to try and find a shot, but it does just go off the right wall. Zardy stays with it. Not able to put the ball on net. Chicken Noodle now going to be playing it into the corner. Bowden trying to stay with it. Chicken Noodle putting the ball toward the middle of the net. Toward the middle of the field. 8 seconds left. Zardy has a chance. Tries to play it down to Bowden. Just barely doesn't have enough time to get there. 3 seconds left. One more chance. Bounces the ball very far down. Zardy tries to stay up with it. Quagraz clears it away, though. And Lee Summit North able to take the game 1-0. Able to end the series 3-0. Just barely able to get the final clears at the end of the game. And they are able to take it home as Lee Summit North win the series 3-0. That will end our day of Rocket League today. Unfortunate results for both the junior varsity and the varsity teams. However, we will be back eventually with more Overwatch and more Rocket League. Our JV Rocket League team will be playing again on next Tuesday with the post-series coming for Rocket League in the near future. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing day.